Yes, so guys, thank you so much everyone for coming on board. Just like I said, we need to get started. Um, Typically our vision really is to see how we can support as many that are trying to pivot into tech with the right information, knowledge, and everything they need, to make the right call, make informed decision. We know that we've got different domains since we started. We have kind of gone through a whole number of domains. And sometimes we discover that people seem to kind of align more to maybe some of the domains where they think their skills are closely aligned. Um, but that wasn't really the intention of TRiTECH. The intention of TRiTECH was to go all out, go all out, demystify all the different areas. At the end of the day, people can make informed decision. Even if you have seen an area that aligns closely with your skill sets, it is still our expectation that you join other sessions as well. By so doing, you are able to enrich yourself with more information and knowledge as well. So sharing my screen here, let's kind of, quickly at a very high level, see where we started this journey. The journey of TRiTECH. When we talk about TRiTECH, we are trying to do one thing. And what we are trying to do really is to see how we are able to support Black professionals through, through information democratization. No, this is not the right slide. Information democratization. So, okay, one second. Okay, yeah, so this is where I'm going. So, we started from January the 12th of February, and we looked at cybersecurity. And there, we've got the faculty, that broke things down for us and, give us the insight, especially in respect to cybersecurity. He mentioned a whole number of things. One of the things that I could remember vividly is the fact that for cybersecurity, you don't necessarily need to be a techie, right? To go into cybersecurity. There are different areas, even within the software engineering, even within the cybersecurity ecosystem. So even cybersecurity, you've got the technical side, you've got the side that deals with more like, process. Sorry, 1 second, please, 1 second.
Okay, while we wait for Osita to come back on board, we've had an exciting 10 weeks, right? Going through all the various domains. He was talking about cybersecurity. I'm sure he has a lot more to talk about. I'm super excited that, we're having the final session today. And I remember when I finished, okay, Osita is here, so I won't go into that story.
Yeah, Kemi, you finish off that story in a minute now, okay? Yeah, so, cybersecurity, the technical side is there. You have the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. So not necessarily everything is not techie. And since then, many realize the fact that they can actually leverage their transferable skills, where they are coming from, what they have learned in the past to come into the cybersecurity ecosystem. And that is great. From there, we'll move into cloud computing. That's another hot domain today. When you talk about tech ecosystem, very, very hot. Very, very hot. Very, very hot. In fact, I shared on LinkedIn job on the day. I remember vividly, we're looking at jobs, and some jobs we are on field. You see some jobs where only 2 people have applied for like a week, only 2 applications. Some for probably like a week or 2 weeks, 7 applications, 10 applications. That is to show you that there is what? Shortage of talent in some of these areas. Then we talked about data analytics. Great, you talk about ability to give insight, throw insight for organizations. Many organizations are looking to how to make informed decisions. They need to beat their competition, and they need what? Data analysts to help them with those insights. Project management, product management, that was also demystified. Then we move into business analysis, that was in fact completely from the very, very basic, completely broken apart, that many people began to understand what business analysis is all about. And from there, we delve into network administration. Wenga did a fantastic job there with a lot of demo as well to show, to the audience, the skills and capabilities and what a day in the life of a network admin looks like. From there, we move into DevOps. The DevOps as well was another very hot one as well. Salesforce, ServiceNow, then Agile and Scrum, last Wednesday, that was mind-blowing. The number of questions, talking about the audience. We had audience from Belgium. We had audience from France, from US, from Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal. People connected just to gain insight and understanding about what Agile framework is all about. And today we are looking at the big one, the blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, software engineering, and the likes. And again, coincidentally, because February is Black History Month, we are also looking at a team that talks about inclusivity, right? And how to build diversity into software engineering as well. Remember, guys, the essence of what we are doing here is information sharing. But at the strategy level, the vision is to see how we can get more Black people into the tech space, right? That is at the strategy level. That is really what we are trying to accomplish. Get more Black people, people like me and you, to come to the table, to come to the party, right? That is exactly what we are trying to accomplish. And I'm really excited and happy with the success of this program so far. It's been incredible 5 weeks, working with great members of our ecosystem. Kemi, the head of career acceleration, Oye, the program manager, Isedwa and Oluchi program team members, and the fantastic faculties, and also our technology manager. It's been incredible. It's been incredible. I am really, really excited. I'm so happy, with what we've been able to accomplish, because the feedback has been something else. When people reach out to you to say, do you know this TRiTECH? In fact, some were even asking, what is the difference between TRiTECH and BlackTECH? Some we are feeling that, oh, TRiTECH is now becoming more popular than BlackTECH. So TRiTECH is just an initiative of BlackTECH, right? And our intention is to run this, from time to time, just to bring in experts to come to demystify, specific domains and the specific areas. So thank you so very much, everyone, for, being with us all this while. Just like I typically say, when you cook a very big pot of rice, jollof rice, like Princess have done today, Princess, you told me that you've cooked a very big pot of jollof rice. When you do that, you need people, right? You need people to come and eat the jollof rice with you, because you can't finish it all alone. That is what we did at BlackTECH. We cook a very gigantic pot of jollof rice, but we can't finish it. And that is why we threw it open and say, hey, everyone come. And guys, guess what? You guys all showed up. You all came and say, yes, we are ready to come to the party with you guys. And that's what you guys have done since January the 12th. So today we probably might be wrapping up before 9 o'clock. Typically we do 6 to 9, but we might wrap up probably before 9 o'clock as well. But at this point, let me, hand it over to Kemi, so that Kemi can do her thing. That's a story she wants to tell us. So she's going to wrap up that story. And then now kind of, tell us the next thing, and also introduce our guest today, our faculty today. Kemi, over to you.
Thank you, Osita. Yes, I have a story. And my story is premised on the fact that for the past 10 weeks, we've been coming in twice a week, and we've been able to go through a lot of domains. And as Osita mentioned, one of the our objectives, is to make this information available to everyone. You cannot give what you don't have. If we don't have this information, how do we begin to determine what we want to do with ourselves, right? So I'm really excited that we are coming to the final session of TRiTECH. I'm excited that this information is out there. I'm excited that even if you missed some classes, we have all the recordings on YouTube. You can go to YouTube, play the recordings, and get yourself up to speed. And also, this session also gives us the opportunity to become the best version of ourselves. And now to my story. I remember when I finished my MSc, and we're doing graduation and all that, and the chancellor said something, and we're holding our certificate, and they said, in your hand, you hold a key. You can use it, or you can store it away in your box somewhere. So we have all this information available to us now. I encourage us, let's just not go back to what we used to be before these sessions. Let's use the information that we have to become the best version of ourselves. We don't want to look back in the next 5 years and say, I could have done things differently, or I could have done things in a better way. We don't want to live a life of regrets. And there's a lot of opportunities in tech. And people are going there and, doing wonders. And we can be all that we choose to be. So I'm really, happy that, we're rounding this up and we have talked about all these various domains. And that's my story. It's a short one. So on this one, I'm going to share my screen. Osita, if you could permit me to share my screen, please. I'm still not able to share.
Yes, just a second, please.
Okay, thank you.
Then let's mute everyone because of the background noise. So go for it, Kemi. Kemi, you're mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, apologies.
No problem.
Yeah. So as I was saying while I was muted, it's supposed to be a 3-hour session, but we hope to be able to round up early today. So during the sessions, definitely you're going to have questions. I encourage you to, hold on to those questions. We're going to have a Q&A session at the end of the, the session. I mean, at the end of the presentation. So during the Q&A session, you're going to be allowed to unmute yourself and ask away, whatever questions that you have. So on that note, I'm going to introduce our facilitator for today. And let me just put this on presentation mode. Okay. Neji Taiwo. I've been fortunate to be in class with, one of Neji Taiwo's presentations, and I tell you, today is going to be awesome. So much information, we're going to learn a lot, and of course we have this opportunity to ask Neji whatever question that we have, anything we've come across even before this session, and also as a feedback from whatever he presents to us. So Neji Taiwo is a tech entrepreneur and software engineer with over 20 years of experience working in fields like software development, AI, biometrics, and blockchain technology. He has worked with various large organizations as Android developer, senior software developer, Devops specialist, cloud application architect, and Python big data developer. There are some profiles that you read that while you're reading, where is that technology that can just remove something from someone's brain and put in another person's brain so that they can start to use it? I'm beginning to feel that way right now. So Neji has worked on development of intelligent solutions for organizations using machine learning and natural language processing. Also working with diverse cloud technologies such as AWS, IBM Watson, Amazon SageMaker, Google Colab, Kinesis FireOS, EMR, Apache Spark, Spark Streaming, React Redux. At VisoClock and Vericel is responsible for driving the vision, strategy, and developing solutions that leverage machine learning and artificial intelligence for fraud detection and biometric authentication. He's also working at developing the mobile applications that bring technologies like computer vision to the hands of the average person. That technology I also spoke about that removes information from someone's brain, puts it in another person's brain, and the person begins to run. Maybe we can get to hear a bit of that today as well. So on this note, I introduce Neji and hand the floor over to Neji. Thank you.
Great.
All right, guys. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, where's the big masquerade?
Well, I'm currently in Mexico. You can see my background, vacationing. So I'm what do you call it? On a different level here, actually. But it's so nice to actually be here. So I'm really happy about how this program has gone. In fact, the feedback we've gotten has been excellent. There's been so much learned. There's been so much that has been knowledge transfer. And I'm very excited about what we are going to talk about today. So without much ado, I'm going to share my screen. Let me see. Sorry, PowerPoint is right here. And share. Okay. All right, Usta, please let me know once you can see my desktop.
Yes, we can. Just put it in presentation mode, and we are good to go.
From start. Okay, cool. So welcome everybody to BlackTECH session on the TRiTECH series, which is today we'll be talking about engineering, AI, and blockchain, and how you can harness the opportunities that are inherent here. And we'll talk about some of the very, very concrete and hard stuff, like why are we not that represented in the field. So I will start with my little introduction about myself. My name is Neji Taiwo. It's not Taiwo, it's actually Taiwo, please. I'm from Cross River State in Nigeria. I've been doing software engineering and AI and all that kind of stuff for about 20 years now. So I'm also a mobile developer. I'm a big data engineer. I'm a machine learning engineer also. And a lot of what I've learned over the years, I will try and summarize into how everybody else can get on this pathway and the merits and the opportunities that we have here. So I will try not to speak too fast. I talk very fast, but I'm trying to slow down and take my pace as it goes. So what are the benefits of being a software engineer? That's what we'll start with. Number one benefit is, I think about it from the personal development level. Software engineering enhances your critical thinking. In fact, there have been studies that have shown that the more you read, the more you use your cerebral cortex, which is your brain, things like dementia, all those things as you grow older, those things will not happen to you. And I'm sure some of us who did biology in school know that the brain, one of the reasons why we are able to learn as children easier or better, like learn languages, is because we maintain a certain level of elasticity, cranial elasticity in the brain while we are kids. So what happens is as we grow older, that elasticity, as we tend to use our brains less, and we tend to behave with the automatic behavior. Oh, sign this check, I've signed. Oh, do this one, I've done, like you do in the office. And you don't challenge your mind. You would eventually get to a point where you lose elasticity and you start seeing it in behaviors, like people being very stiff, opinionated, and leaders not being able to think critically and make decisions based on facts and intelligence. And like, that's what we see some countries, I won't mention any, that are being run, and you can see what the results are because they don't read. So software engineering, actually, because you're constantly updating yourself, any language you learn every 2 years, you are literally going back to school every 2 years. That's what the field is like. So it enhances your critical thinking, keeps you healthy and happy. Now, the other benefit that I can identify is the earning power of software engineering. Your ability to rise above poverty and create generational wealth. That is, in fact, for me, one of the biggest benefits of this field. Being in tech, being able to be a developer, being able to create stuff. I'm in Mexico right now. I'm still doing my consulting from here, but I can choose when I work, when I decide not to work. I basically, when I started developing, people were laughing at me, like, go find work, go do this and all that. Sorry, I'm Nigerian, guys. I will speak pidgin once in a while. So the earning capabilities, what I've earned, I've made as a software engineer, I cannot tell you. I don't know any other field that would have given me that, but that's what one of the benefits you get. Rise above poverty, create generational wealth. Now, the third benefit is the career options. With software, as a software engineer, you have multiple career options, multiple career paths. You decide how you work, where you want to work, especially if you are good at what you do. You become indispensable to the success of any organization that you belong to. In fact, you can create your own. I run 2 startups. At the same time, I'm a consultant with banks in Canada and in the US. So, like, literally, you have the options to choose and decide however you want to do. In fact, you're indispensable. The day you vex, your project manager will be calling you to ask you, oh, are you okay? Do you want to take a break? You want to go on vacation? There are people living in Silicon Valley that they literally send limousines to go pick them up. Also, because that's how good and how much impact they have been able to make. So you want a career that can get you all of these, please just listen and follow what we're about to say. Now, now we want to talk about the next thing, which is a very sore point. Why are we so few? That's Black people. Why are we so few in the industry? If you look at the statistics right here, this is from Indeed.com. In terms of percentages of the races who are in the field, white people make up 52.3% of the field, majority. Asians who just came, literally, they are 33% already, and that number is actually going up day by day because there are more Asian people getting into the States, they're helping each other, sharing information, and all of that. When I used to be with RBC, we were over 800 software engineers that were working in one division or so. And I was the only Black person. And that's why I started asking myself, is it that our people, we don't have brain or what? Why is it? But thankfully, these numbers are improving. And through programs like BlackTECH, you can see the progress that we're making in the field. And that's one of the things that gives me joy every day. So Black people were only 4.9% of the total software engineering workforce globally. So why are we so few? And I think the reasons boil down to things like stereotypes. A lot of us think to be a software engineer, oh, you have to go and do PhD, you have to go and run this or run that or do that. No, I'm here to tell you guys today, no, as long as you have an open mind and as long as you're able to learn, we can change. So how can we change that? We change that by sharing information. So these programs you guys have done, please share the knowledge with your friends, family, and all that. Nigerians, we have one problem, especially. I'm going to call out the Nigerian community here. You guys, they fuck up. I'm sorry if I use a swear word, but we are messing up badly. One of us gets into a position. This is Nigerians, please, just for Nigerian guys here. We are we get very comfortable. We will not share that information out. You won't share how you became a DevOps engineer. You won't tell your friends to come to BlackTECH. You won't tell people. You just want to keep it for yourself. Oh, so that you're the only chairman in the room. That's a messed up behavior, and that's why we're behind. That's why and so we have to start by changing that mindset. I have a faculty in BlackTECH here who I personally trained, and today he is so good. And it's my pride every day when they talk about my germs or when they ask me what do I consider my assets, I say the people I have actually empowered by just passing knowledge to them, sharing to them. So we have to change this behavior by sharing information. If you come here to Canada or the US and you become, you start earning 6 figures and you've not created another person who is earning 6 figures, you're a failure. I'm saying that to you. So please, we have to change that. So a little bit about my story. I started out in Nigeria about 20 years ago. I started out as a .NET developer. I was just interested in solving problems. My background is in electronic engineering. When I started, I would go to a cyber cafe and there will be boys left, right, center who are doing Yahoo. And me, I was learning programming. I was learning Java and Python and all these languages. They were laughing at me saying, oh, and all that. Today, those same people who we used to go to the cafe with, a lot of them are in jail. A lot of them are jobless. And a lot of them are actually not on the same path where I am today. So I'm just telling this story in a humble way, please, to inspire people like this is possible. It's not that hard. We are good. We are capable of doing it. And through programs like BlackTECH, we are going to have this done. So let me jump into the next subject. Skills required to become a software engineer. What do you need? They'll tell you, some people tell you, oh, you must have done a maths degree. You must have done this. You must know the YDX. Please, I'm telling you today, all of that is rubbish. I'm saying, and anybody, go and ask your professor, tell them I said it, all of that is rubbish. The only things you need, there are 3 things you need, 3 basic things you need. The first is simple logical reasoning. As long as you can reason logically, you don't need to have a degree in mathematics. You don't need to be math inclined. Personally, I hated math as a kid because I didn't understand what it was meant for. I didn't understand what the YDX was. I won't lie to you. I didn't understand. I'm an electrical electronics engineer. I didn't understand what integration and differentiation was until 5 years ago. I graduated 15 years ago from university, but just 5 years ago, I truly understood. And I understood it because I was studying machine learning. I was taking a machine learning course and I understood, oh, this is what it was meant for. So, and all of that is very clear. So basic logical reasoning, as long as you don't let anybody scare you, as long as you can reason logically, as long as you know that, okay, the reason for going from point A, the reason to get to your house, you have to get to the gate first, open the gate and drive in first, then close the gate before you get in. As long as you can reason logically, you are good. Now, the second point you need is time, dedication, and focus. You've got to set out time. This is not something that will happen overnight. You have to commit to it. You've got to, a lot of times, some of the skills that one has been fortunate to acquire, I used to get up at 4 a.m. In fact, I still do. I wake up at 5 a.m. to read every day. I read 2 hours before 7. I'm done for the day. That way, I'm able to keep abreast with all the skills on all the latest changes in technology. So it is not about how long you've been doing this. It's about the time, dedication, and the focus that you put in. So if you're ready for that career change, you're ready for that beautiful life, the 6-figure life, you must have the time, dedication, and focus for it. Now, the third point is computer appreciation. You must know the basics, a little bit about computer appreciation, at least Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So if you don't have the skills, please try and get yourself a course on it, maybe a Udemy course, maybe any of these courses. Just try and get yourself upskilled on that. Basic computer appreciation, that's all you need for software engineering. Now, I will talk about the popular software career paths that are available to you. Some of these have been covered, may have been covered in the TRiTECH program, but this is like a little summary I put together. It's not exhaustive. There's quite a lot that I may have missed out or quite a bit that may not be here, but I will start with the first career path. Web designer or developer. So the basic skills you need here, you need JavaScript, HTML, CSS, SQL, Python, ASP.NET. These are some of the areas, the career paths. Now, the language you must learn, if you're coming on this pathway, you must learn JavaScript. I'm not saying you should, I'm saying you must learn JavaScript. I'm going to show you guys a course, a very simple course, a resource on YouTube and on Udemy, where on YouTube you can learn it for free, Udemy you can learn it for cheap. I will show you guys all that shortly. So a web developer part, the average salary of a web developer today is about $85,000 to $90,000. It even goes to 100 or 150 if you are, depends on the level of skill you've exhibited. Web designer, web developer is a great area to start. Now, the other skill that you need, the next point is the mobile developer path. Mobile developers are in super high demand because every company today has an app. So the apps is the web development skills. Some of it is transferable to mobile development, but mobile dev is a pathway. So what you need to learn for this to be relevant in this area, you need Java. The new language that's out of Java today is called Kotlin. It's used for Android development. You need Swift. If you're learning iOS, if you're going towards iOS development or you want to build for the iPhone, Swift is a language to learn. I'll show you guys a resource to learn Swift. It's super easy to learn once you've understood JavaScript. Dart and Flutter, that's another very hot area today. For if you're working in a startup, that's basically most startups today are switching to Flutter, but that's a good area. JavaScript, React Native, and SQL. So SQL, very important. So that's for mobile development. It is quite mobile development. To become a mobile developer can take you at least 6 months, but to become a web developer, it can take you just 3 months. You're a web developer. So depending on your interest, you can pick any of these. Usually I say mobile, I tell people try the web developer side first before you jump into mobile, because mobile is a bit more exhaustive. Now, the other area or the pathway you can do is the cloud and infrastructure engineer. In fact, this is actually, if you do the cloud, if you get on the cloud pathway, it is almost a sure path because every organization today has actually transitioned their infrastructure from on-prem, that's on-premise, to the cloud. A lot of us have heard about Amazon Web Services or AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. Now, Python is the language you must learn before you jump into this area. If you have experience being like CCNA, Cisco, whatever, this is one area I ask you, please don't waste time, just jump into it. It is very, very relevant. So cloud infrastructure engineering, big choice. Next thing you have is the machine learning and data science pathway. Now, for data science, you've heard data scientists, they are the ones who are chopping all the money. That's what a lot of people say. But I'll tell you that that is partly true. There's so many, that area is almost saturated, but it's a very, very important skill to have. 5 years ago, if you were a data scientist, you were earning close to almost $200,000 a year. It was 5 years ago. But right now, because there are so many machine learning models that have been built by Google, Amazon, Microsoft, so a lot of organizations can drag and drop and plug in. So the demand is there, but it's not really there like that. So, and usually machine learning requires you, and data science requires you to have like a master's degree in data science. You see the interviews, they ask you for either a PhD, master's degree and all that. So if you are a hobbyist, if this is one area you're interested in, please go into it. But just know that it will take you a bit of time before you can come out and be competent. So the skills required here, Python, Apache Spark. I'll talk about Apache Spark shortly. Jupyter Notebooks, cloud computing, which is, of course, the AWS side. You must have mathematics, at least maybe some sort of mathematical background to get on this. And then, of course, data science as in its own. And then you must learn languages like R. R is still used, the language that is used for data science. It's still around today, but Python is more popular. Now, the other area that you want to look at is, which is, I put very hot. If you can see that, I put very hot. Big data engineer. This is very, very hot right now. The average salary of a big data engineer today is $100 an hour. That's how much they pay big data engineers today. And big data engineers they are the ones who support the data scientists. They are not that many. The reason is that to be a big data engineer, their job of a big data engineer is to actually handle data manipulation and all that sort of stuff. I'm actually a big data engineer myself. It's one of the skill sets I put in my bag, but I do some big data engineering in some organizations. So why it's so hot is that without the big data engineer, the data scientist cannot work. So the big data engineer collates data, manipulates the data, transfers the data. And in fact, a lot of the jobs of machine learning and data scientists today are being done by big data engineers. So as a big data engineer, I can do the work of a machine learning person, but the machine learning and data scientists cannot do my own work. So that's one area I encourage you guys to go. And the skills you need for it are Python. You cannot do big data engineering without Python. You must learn Python. You must learn another language called Scala, because Scala is a language used for Apache Spark. You must know a bit of Java. Sometimes organizations are still having old data sets. You must know your SQL very well. So your basic SQL, you must be able to do that. You must know your cloud computing very well. Amazon Web Services is a must. You must know about RDS. You must know about, Databricks. You must know about EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, and Hadoop. These are all, the Hadoop ecosystem is something you must know if you're a big data engineer. So after the class, if anybody's interested in big data engineering, I will leave some resources with BlackTECH. You can reach us, and then we'll send you like an information checklist that you can actually use to go on each of these pathways. So big data engineering, very powerful area. The other area now that is emerging, it was there before, and it's something I have done. It's called game developer, or what we call metaverse engineer today. I'm sure a lot of us have heard about what they call the metaverse. Facebook today is called Meta. That's what they call themselves today. They are no more called, they changed their name to Facebook because they believe that the next generation of the internet is actually called the metaverse. Now, this job used to be called game developer. It used to be a job that it wasn't paying very well. And it was very, very hard, in my opinion, because I did a bit of it. And I've written games in C#, Unity, and all that. So metaverse, today, metaverse in the next let's say in the next 6 months to the next 5 years, there's going to be very high demand in this area. So people who know how to build virtual reality environments, VR and AR environments. I'm going to demo one of my demos. I'm going to show you guys a recent project I'm doing in VR. I'm also utilizing the skills in this area as a metaverse engineer. So you would see how you can get in and what you can jump on here. Now, the other skill that you need to look at is called blockchain engineer. Please just give me 1 second. Let me turn on the lights.
this is incredible. You know, great amount of information being shared here, guys. Again, there's a place that you talked about. Basic computer skills that is required. You know, you don't need PhD, you don't need rocket science, you know, to do some of these things. BlackTECH is also after TRiTECH, and in fact, as a result of TRiTECH, we've got so many members in the ecosystem as well that are looking at foundational knowledge in computer, you know, talking about hardware, software, operating system, and all those stuff. And we're already putting together a 5 weeks free training, 5 weeks free training, you know, for the Black community, for those that want to pivot into tech, but they are looking at foundational knowledge and all those things. So we are going to be demystifying those. It's going to be intensive, 5 weeks. Already over 200 people have registered for it. So if you want to register as well, you've not registered, make sure you do that, you know, for 5 good weeks, starting, I think, 2nd of March. That's when we are looking at starting. 5 weeks free program, you know, to demystify things for you. And after that, you have the foundation to now begin to do some of these things that Neji is talking about.
Okay, thank you, Osita. So let me continue. So blockchain engineering, that's another area too that is very, very hot. So all of us heard of cryptocurrency and things like Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of that. So each of these, Solana, especially Ethereum, you've heard of NFTs. You hear NFTs are the hottest thing now. This is basically, that's an aspect called blockchain engineering. So if you want to become a blockchain engineer, you have to know things like Solidity. It's a language you have to know. And before you know that, you must have learned JavaScript first. So you can see JavaScript again comes in here. That's why I kept hammering. You must learn JavaScript if you want to come on this pathway. Python, Rust. So those are things that we use to create smart contracts. Now, the blockchain engineering segment is actually merging with the game developer and metaverse segment, because what has made the metaverse a very pivotal point at this time is that for the first time, people are able to identify digital property. You may have heard of places like Decentraland and what's the other one called again? The one that Snoop Dogg runs. So where people are buying virtual property. So the metaverse, what has made the metaverse different and hot this time is that now we have a way of identifying who truly owns a project. So now, apart from that, where blockchain engineering has found its applications in things like cybersecurity and identity security. So I will show you a cybersecurity product that I have worked on and how we're using blockchain engineering for it. Now, for the last but not the least, there are these are what I call the platforms. There's Servicenow. I'm sure we've done a program on Servicenow here at TRiTECH. You guys saw how useful. Servicenow is a very hot area. I started out, in fact, my first job in Canada was to be a Servicenow developer. That was my first job in Canada. And it's a very lucrative area. And there are a lot of people who have gone in there and who are doing very well today. In fact, it's one area that once you jump on it, there's also almost so much constant demand for Servicenow people. Then you have Salesforce. Salesforce is also a very popular platform for, it's a CRM platform, and it is a multi-billion-dollar platform. If you know Salesforce as a developer, not as an admin, please take note, it's not admin, it's as a developer. You become in very high demand. Now, and I told you in the beginning of this class, these things are not that hard. You just need to open your mind and take away the thought that, oh, this thing is hard or you need a PhD. No. Now, the other area also on the platforms that leads the list is SAP. SAP, you may have heard of SAP. It is actually a very powerful platform that almost all the big Fortune 500 organizations in the world, they use SAP. Banks use SAP. For their core banking systems today are built on SAP. So SAP has its own learning pathway, and there's something called SAP ABAP. So you can choose to go the certification route and learn how to become an SAP person. SAP people earn stupid money. Some of them earn $200 an hour because they are rare. So that's one area too that you can actually jump on, and you're good for life. Then the last but not the least, software tester. Every organization today has become overnight, thanks to the pandemic, every organization today has become a tech company. I have a client who is actually a mining company, but if you see their tech department, they are like, what do you call it? They are like the hottest thing. You understand? So software testing is one area too. Anything before any product is shipped or released, you must have a tester certify and push it out there. So that's what software testing is. So skills you require: JavaScript again, SAP ABAP for SAP, Python, SQL, Java, C#, all that stuff. All that is quite are part of the things you need for it. So I will jump to the next page. Now, I want to show you guys a bit of what, I made this presentation quite short because I was trying to leave a lot of time for questions. So we're going to have a lot of Q&A. I want to walk you guys through some of the products I personally have worked on as a software engineer. And then I will take you through some of the courses where you can get materials for this. So WestJet, I used to work at WestJet, and I was part of a team that developed the mobile app that you guys use to buy flights today. So part of my work as a consultant was I worked at WestJet for a bit. Then this is my own organization here called VerySelf. So it's an app that I thought about when I saw a video about a woman who was scammed and lost all her savings. So these people who keep calling your phone number. So I came up with this, and it is a platform that allows you to authenticate securely without a password. So your bank can call you and you can authenticate using your voice and your face. So biometric security. It is written in Dart, Swift, Java, Flutter, and then the platforms at the back are GCP, Azure, AWS. So all of that information that I had been fortunate to learn, I put that in practice and that. So this is on the App Store and it's on Google Play. You can check it out on App Store, Google Play, VerySelf, it's there. Now, this is another platform. This is what's called, we're launching this shortly. It's called TRIA. Still, this is a cybersecurity product that protects users and organizations from people like Hushpuppi, our brother from Nigeria. So the idea is that you get a lot of people you get a lot of scam emails every day. I'm sure you get scam emails, scam texts that come in every day claiming to be CRA or whatever. So TRIA is a platform that works right in your inbox and allows you to protect yourself from scammers. So take, for example, I send you a message saying, okay, I said, please send me your account number. You reply me back. And so this is my banking information. A scammer can intercept that message and send the same message to me, and I end up paying to the wrong bank account. We've seen it happen. They call it CEO fraud, or what they call BEC. So this platform was built to actually counter those sort of events. It's available on the App Store. It used to be called Really Me. It's built using Swift, Java, Flutter, JavaScript, and all the other cloud platforms. And then this is my other interesting product called PayTalk. So PayTalk is an AI platform that is utilized to make it easy for you to buy stuff and pay your bills simply by speaking to your Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant. You can also chat with it. So I was going to demo PayTalk, but I think I have a small bug on it. I will show you guys what the bug is. Now, the PayTalk platform allows you to say, okay, order me rice, beans, gari, and yam. And it will find all the stores around you that have those things, and it will pull all the, using AI, it will pull all that things you asked for from each of their menus and return the results to you in 2 seconds. It's actually faster than Google. We've proven that we are better than Google right now. So this is actually a platform that we are promoting tremendously, and it is built using Flutter, Dart, Swift, Java, Kotlin, JavaScript, SQL, Python, AWS. We used everything to build PayTalk. Everything in the entire platform, tech stack we use behind to build PayTalk. It's also on the App Store. There are a lot of African stores in Calgary and Toronto on PayTalk already. So people, you can order something and someone delivers it to you, like Skip the Dishes and Uber. It's there on the store. Now, this other project, which I want to demo, is a metaverse project called Project Meta PayTalk. It's actually PayTalk for the metaverse. So it's something I've been working on. I built this in 3 weeks. It's a VR project. I will demonstrate it and show you how it works. It's a YouTube video. I'll send it online. So it's about, as people are using virtual reality headsets to access the metaverse, we want to have a common platform where you can talk and say, okay, show me where I can find, say, RBC or a bank in the metaverse. And PayTalk will actually do the work for you. So within the metaverse. So it's called Project Meta PayTalk. And it uses your voice to translate into commands that you can use. So it is built using C#, Unity 3D, and Java. That's what this particular platform is. In fact, it's my newest platform I've worked on recently. I like to share it with you guys, see what you think. And then this is a platform I worked on, I built before. It's called One Party Pool. The story behind this was I was actually trying to go out with a bunch of friends who came from Nigeria, but I had only $50 that night because I just paid a bunch of bills. $50 was left. Now I said, how do I go out now? I'm not able to even buy myself a drink. And at that point, I thought that, okay, if there are 10 people, 10 of us in this Ontario who have the same $50, if we knew ourselves, we could have all come together on one common platform, contributed our $50, that's $500. You can order at least 3 bottles of drink in a simple place. And all of us we don't need to know each other, we'll have fun. Maybe we'll become friends. And at the end of the experience, we now rate each other. So this was a social platform called One Party Pool that I built right before the pandemic. And as the pandemic hit, shut down, I had to shut it down currently, but it's on the store. It's called One Party Pool, and it has things like video calling, chat, everything. It's like Instagram. Think of Instagram completely. You can settle the bill, pay your bills, all of that. So it's built using Flutter, Dart, Swift, and Java. It's a mobile app. And there's also a JavaScript component also for the backend. So demo time. I will hand the floor back to Osita for a few minutes, or just a minute or so. Let me just try and pull out the demo for, first I'll go with Meta PayTalk. PayTalk isn't working right now. We have a bug we're trying to work on. I'll demonstrate Meta PayTalk and Tria. I'll be back shortly.
Wow. Why Neji is getting ready for the demo time. Guys, on the chat box, I just want to see a feel of what you guys are feeling right now. On the chat box, let me just see, just in one word, what, okay, I see somebody saying, wow, another person, wow. Okay, wow, look at you guys. What are you feeling just, within this short presentation, that phenomenal, okay? Wow, which one is wow again? I'm feeling wow, amazing, brilliant, incredible, awesome. Keep it coming. I just want to see what you guys are feeling, because Neji is something else, right? When it comes to software engineering, that is his thing, and he's so passionate about it. That's what we talk about in terms of transferable skills, and also talking about passion. Once you identify what you love, go all out for it. Go all out for it. Trust me, you will reap the benefits. There's no doubt about it. Go all out for it. That is the way to go. And this is really what TRiTECH is also trying to do, helping you guys to make sure that you go all out for that thing that you love, that thing that you want to do. Go all out for it. There is nothing like a make I even see. No. Once you have made up your mind, this is what I want to do. It is aligned to my skill set. It's aligned to my career goal. It is aligned to what I want to accomplish. Go all out for it. That coconut head must be activated. Neji is coconut head personified. That is why it's able to do stuff like this. So guys, you can't really, get into this kind of realm without having quantum of coconut heads. So let me see on the chat box again. I want to see, because before Neji gets into this, remember guys, at the beginning, we also talked about the need for positive affirmation. See, everybody must not be Neji. That is the truth. But whatever you have chosen to do, whatever domain you have chosen, you must tell yourself that this domain, this area, I got to do it. I got to pursue it. I cannot abandon it midway. And that is what I want to hear everyone now talk about on this chat, okay? Tell yourself one more time. We've been consistently doing this, and I believe it has been doing wonders in so many people's life. Tell yourself one more time, I can and I will. I want to see that on the chat box. I can and I will. There is no procrastination here, guys. I can and I will. That positive affirmation does wonders. There is nothing like, this is too hard. No. If it is not software engineering, it could be some other thing. But you have decided, today is the last day of TRiTECH 1.0. So you cannot afford, within 5 weeks, we have invested incredible amount of hours into this program. So there's no way at the end of this program you tell yourself, I'm still confused. It's not possible. Tell yourself, I can and I will. That's what I want to hear. Neji, are you good?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Take it away.
All right. So, all right, guys, this is Meta PayTalk.
Second demo of PayTalk.
Please let me know if you can hear my.
What to do? I'm going to quickly launch.
Can you guys hear?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this environment is a metaverse project, and the metaverse is just coming up. So please watch and
to launch the app. So once you've installed it on your device, which I will send you instructions on how to. You go to apps, unknown sources. And when you're on unknown sources, you can now see PayTalk Metaverse right there. You can go in here and it's just going to take us a minute. All right. We're launching the environment. So now what you see is you see this environment right here, and you can see the connect button. You can see you can connect with PayTalk or connect with anonymously. Let's go with PayTalk. This will require you to enter a name. I click in my name. You can see right in front of me, there's a keyboard. Now this keyboard has this thing called a mallet. It's like a hammer. So think of it like a hammer key. So if I go N, E, J, I, and I enter. So you can now connect. Use the action button there. And very soon we'll see ourselves in the lobby. So this is our lobby right here. I'm going to quickly power on my avatar. You can see this is the avatar selection. I press the X button and it takes you to an avatar. So I'm going to go in here. As I'll take this. So this is my new avatar. Then I have a room. We have something called PayTalk worlds. Now in each of these worlds, I think of them as meeting rooms or environments. Now in this particular world, there's one person already in here. So I'm going to go in there and have a meeting with him in there. So I tap on that and I go, oh, hi. Hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi, Neji. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm going to move forward to you a bit. I can see, I just teleported. I used to teleport
Yeah, you
button.
just teleported to me.
Yes.
Okay, so
let me see.
can we
Where
go
are you?
over to the
oh yeah, the table over there.
ping pong table?
Yes. You can see there's a bunch of objects in place here. Let me teleport right there. I can see Anna in here. Anna, I'm going to take over on this other side. So you can see the ping pong here. Now, we demonstrated the aspect of grabbing. I have Anna there. I'm talking to him. We're meeting. We are going to possibly be able to grab. This is something I'm still working on. We're going to have the grab capability in here, but pretty soon we'll have that. But I'll show you how it works. Let me go and grab those two objects. I programmed two guns over there. I can quickly grab, showing you guys what, this is not the best example, but I'll just show you how the grab functionality works. You can see I can grab them. Anna, you can come this way and maybe we can grab. And then we can talk about, you can talk about what you think about the experience in here. Can you, you see Anna right there? Anna, I see you moving. Are you moving?
Yeah, I'm here and
okay.
I'm about to grab. You see, I just grabbed it.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
But I'm not going to use it, okay?
So it's just
back down.
So what we are going to do eventually is we're going to be able to grab things like objects in here in real life, in real time. We're going to be able to grab this very soon, play table tennis. So imagine myself and or other people coming in here playing on this board. So we're going to have that functionality soon. And we're going to, currently you guys will be able to meet in here. So we're going to have this option of having people come in here and let's have meetups and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, guys, I will just pause there because of time, and I'll just explain what this project is all about. The concept of the metaverse has been about creating virtual environments so people can meet. And it's a trendy area. Microsoft is building systems like this. Google is building its own. Facebook has even taken steps ahead in this. And this is one area that is going to be very hot in the next coming days. So this metaverse area or game developer area marries blockchain engineering. So for example, you see that table tennis bat. I'm able to sort of like identify that bat and possibly even sell it so that only the person who owns it in digital space can buy or can sort of like have access to it. So all of that is made possible through blockchain technology. And the metaverse is now a $1 trillion opportunity. Banks are already building versions of themselves, virtual versions of themselves. So you can walk into a bank digitally, interact with somebody who works at the bank, and even have conversations with them, interact with them, and do all that kind of stuff there. So that's basically what the metaverse it's all about. This is a project, a work in progress called Meta PayTalk. We'll update the guys on how this is going and where it goes eventually. So this is built using the skill sets from the Metaverse Engineer toolkit. Now, I will quickly just jump into another project. And that project is called Shuya. So this is actually a cybersecurity project, and I'm going to open my Microsoft Outlook. But let's see, Osita, it seems you're frozen. Okay, you're there actually. Okay. So, oh, it appears my Zoom. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a problem with my Zoom. When I turn on this project, it destroys my camera. But I will just show you what it is. Anyway, if I go offline, I will go. So without much ado, let me share my screen. So typically in your Microsoft Outlook, you will get a message from maybe, you'll get a message. This is my Microsoft Outlook inbox right here. You might get a message from someone claiming to be your boss or someone claiming to be your director and all that. Now, what we have is this plugin called TRiTECH right here. I'm going to open it now. You can see it's part of my Microsoft Outlook. So with TRiTECH, I'm able to identify and verify, we're able to put in what they call a biometric signature into any email that I send out. So I'm going to open my TRiTECH right here. And if I were sending an email to let me send an email to my other inbox like this. And I say, okay, payment transfer details. I can say, this is my account number, 001, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm able to do with this is I'm able to integrate two things. One, I'm able to enter a biometric signature so that the person receiving this email can be 100% sure that I am the one who sent it. Nobody else is going to be able to play around with this or impersonate me. That's what TRiTECH does. Now, the second thing it does is that I'm able to encrypt the content of this email or even a file, and only the person who is to receive it will, only the recipient of this file will be able to open the file. So I can do this right here, and TRiTECH is going to try and encrypt my content of my email and secure it. So that way I can send secure documents. You can see I've encrypted all this information there, and it's been encrypted. I can send the email, and whoever receives it now can decrypt the email, the content of that email. So if I receive, like, look at this right here, I come in here, I can decrypt email. It'll decrypt the content of the email. If it has a file, I will be able to open up the file and access it however it is. So this is a work in progress. It's something we're launching shortly, and it will be very interesting because a lot of the challenges that organizations have around cybersecurity, this solves a whole bunch of that. So enough talking about myself. Let's get into the next segment, which is how do we find the right materials that we need. For me, there are different pathways to success, I say, and I will just show you guys one I have used, and what has really worked for me is Udemy. That's what has worked for me. So I'm sharing my desktop in a bit, and this is my Udemy account right here. Please, Osta, please let me know. Can you guys see my Udemy? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So this is my Udemy, and you can see if I go to my learning, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I have bought over 114 courses. I've taken 114 courses on Udemy, covering everything from web development, machine learning, data science, React, building VR, cloud computing, blockchain engineering. I'm even taking an MBA on this platform. This is the most powerful platform. You don't need to go spend $20,000 going to go and take student loan or go to a school or whatever. In this industry is, can you do it? Yes, I can, or no, I cannot. It's not about certifications. It's not about, I don't have a single certification. I tell people that and they laugh. And like, yes, I actually don't. There's some areas certifications are required. Like if you're becoming a cloud engineer today, you need a certification. It helps you get through the door. But what gets you into the exact, to get you the role or gets you the lifestyle you want is the knowledge. So there are courses that you will take on everything from, you can see Kotlin, Node.js, like Kubernetes, this is cloud in Python, all of that. I still refer to some of these materials today. So that's your first best bet, Udemy. So for JavaScript, if all I need to do is you want to get on JavaScript, just come here, JavaScript, for example, and how to find the right course is actually a very unique skill. So you look at the ratings. you can see this course has a 4.7 star rating, and it's rated by 129,000 people. And so I'm likely to pick this one, the complete JavaScript course from zero to expert. I will go in here and look at the comments, look at the material. This is one course I will recommend because a 4.7 star rating is a very, very, very high rating. And it's a recent, the guy has updated his catalog. It's a 2022 catalog. So meaning that whatever you're going to learn in this course will actually be
Welcome to the complete JavaScript course, your all-in-one package that will take you from knowing zero JavaScript to an advanced and confident JavaScript developer. And you came to the right place.
So I'm putting this in the chat in case of anybody, but there's also going to be, it's also going to be available for anybody who wants, we're going to get this across through BlackTECH, TRiTECH. You're going to have that, but in case you want that, you can get that. Now, the next course you want to learn is Python. So I mentioned that JavaScript is a must. Python is also a must too. Now, this lady, her name is Angela Yu. She's so good. She's my favorite tutor on this. She breaks down Python and even Flutter and all that. In fact, I recommend, this is like, don't even go anywhere else. Like, this lady teaches excellently. So let's just review a bit of her stuff.
Hello, and welcome to the world's best Python bootcamp. My name is Angela. I'm a senior developer and the lead instructor at the Appbury, London's highest rated programming bootcamp. To date, I've taught over 500,000
So what she teaches the entire Python stack. And
Hello,
it is,
and welcome.
Python is a skill that if you have today, trust me, you'll be in high demand tomorrow. Python has a lot of applications from Apache Spark, whatever. See, yeah, someone is on day 7 of her course. So this is Python. Put it out in the chat. You can learn Python from there. Let me see which other one again. There should be. Let me see Java, C#. Okay, let's find something on C#. Learn C#. Or AWS. Let's go to AWS. I'm sure I know we've done the AWS training programs here, but let's see. AWS. I have a favorite tutor on AWS, and this is my guy here. I even chat with him sometimes. He is, in fact, his name is Stefan Marek. Stefan is an amazing guy. He's a super tutor. So AWS, you want to start with the AWS Certified Solution Architect. I'm sure Bello has actually mentioned this and trained some people on this before, but this guy takes you 27 hours on demand video. I also want to mention, please don't rush these programs. Take your time. You must, if you put in 2 hours every day constantly, you will gain more, and 2 hours do a practice exercise than actually going 27 hours to sit down in front of a computer for 27 hours. You will not get anything like that. Please take note of that. You need to give yourself time. Typically, I will say take this course over 1 month or 2 so that you can learn and you can assimilate what you're picking. So for AWS, I'll just put it here in the chat. So like this, you have that there, there. So all the courses, almost all the materials that you have, you can get it on this platform. So I'll encourage you, please, to take Udemy. In fact, is your best friend. Almost everything I know today, or at least the recent stuff, I got it off Udemy. So even if you want to go into mobile developments, you go to Flutter. So Flutter, Angela Yu has the best Flutter course. Also, you can see she's the same person here. You can learn Flutter here. This is she's very good. I wish I had, when I was learning, I had her program. Flutter is here. Put that in the chat. It's also important for those who want to learn quickly. You can get that there. And then for Servicenow, let's go into the Servicenow sector. Servicenow, usually you start with the administrator course. And this is the guy, you know what, I use Mark Miller. He's quite good. Now, before I go into ServiceNow, please let me talk about SQL, because as a beginner, SQL is one of the fundamental technologies you must learn. So Jose Portilla, he's like a very, very good guy. Even this guy called Steele. In fact, called Steele is better than Jose. I don't know why they rate Jose higher, but called Steele, I used called Steele to teach somebody SQL, and today the guy is a don today. so I encourage everybody, SQL. Okay, for machine learning, I will show you for machine learning. I have on my own, I have machine learning here, but let me look at the most recent ones. Machine learning. Now for machine learning, I use Kirill Eremenko. Kirill is very good. He's so good. In fact, but I don't know how recent his material is. So let me see. I think this guy, Kirill is good, but his stuff was old. I don't know if he has updated his stuff, because from 4 or 5 years ago, I used Kirill to do machine learning. If you want to learn the mathematical part, this guy is also very good. Linear algebra, all that stuff. It's good to understand that too. But this other course is one I use for data science. This is one I used this one back then 4 years ago. They've updated it. And why I like the style of teaching is they teach using animation.
Hi, welcome to the 365 Data Science Data Scientist.
So what is the course called?
The Data Scientist course is an amazing journey, and we are thrilled to have you on board. This is the first attempt, to the best of our knowledge, at creating a program starting from the very.
So for data science, I would encourage you to use this. Data science, machine learning. You can jump on this. It's very good. Andrew Ng is good, but Andrew Ng, I don't know, but let me show you. If you go to Coursera, also I used, and someone posted Andrew Ng. I used Coursera when I started my own journey on machine learning, but at some point I realized that the material was outdated. So I haven't checked. So if I go machine learning, and Andrew Ng owns this platform anyway. So you can see they have courses from universities. They take you through the university approach. And this is Andrew Ng right here. This is the one. He's the one right here. He's very good. He's so good in his stuff. But the problem is I think he has not updated his program, because when I learned, in fact, it was Andrew Ng that actually taught me what differentiation and integration was used for in real life. I never understood why I had to do the YDX all my life until I took this program here. So if you want to go through the more official university approach, Coursera is the best bet for you. If you learn better in a classroom setting, in what do you call it? I will encourage you to go to Coursera. But if you want to go, like, you know what, practical, hands-on, and you want to learn from several instructors, because the good thing about Udemy is that you can return the money back. They can return your money back if you don't like the course within 30 days. And the instructors compete, so they are very engaging. So anybody can come who comes to Udemy and doesn't teach well, doesn't get following. So that's why I trust Udemy a bit more than that. So, but for this data science course, you can do this. You can do, let me see, let me find another one. This guy is also very good. So there's for big data. Let me jump into big data, because that's a very hot field. And I'll tell you guys why. Big data, there are two dons in big data. This guy here called Sundog Education, Frank Kane. Frank Kane is in fact, for Hadoop, Apache Spark, anything, Frank Kane is the don. So he teaches very well. Even just Jose, you can see all the data scientists, Jose Portilla is now teaching big data. These are data scientists. They're all running to the big data engineer side of things. Even Kirill Eremenko too is very good in big data. So, but I will encourage you to use, you see, Frank Kane, he's the one, in fact, Apache Spark, he's the real deal for this. So I will encourage your ultimate Hadoop tutorial. For you to be a big data engineer, you must start with Hadoop. So I will say, please learn Python. If you're in the data, you would learn Python, and then you go here. So for Thomas Ori, you said Andrew Ng is fantastic. Yes, he is, but please I advise you also, when you're doing his material, you need something else to supplement, because a lot of his courses are still actually very old. That was the last one I saw. I don't know about the recent stuff. When you're in the machine learning field, you have to update yourself every 6 months. After 6 months, you're obsolete. Your TensorFlow, PyTorch, all these libraries are coming out almost every day. Newer stuff are coming out every day. So you have to know, so that you don't just go and train, spend 6 months, and then you didn't get anything out of it, or 3 months. So you have to know where to go. So knowing the resources is also as equally as important as knowing what to study. So for big data, that is where you are for big data. Then let me, since I'm just taking for each sector, I'll just find you one course each. So for game development, I will just go with Unity 3D. I will show you the guy who teaches Unity very well. So for Unity 3D, this guy is your best. This guy teaches you the thing from, he even teaches you C# from scratch. His name is Ben Tristem. He's a very popular game developer. He's a very good tutor. He teaches the whole thing. If you want to learn Unity game development using Unity, Unity is a hot skill to have now because of the rush to the metaverse. That video I showed you guys from, it's actually Unity I used to build that. And thanks to a training I did 7 years ago, I was able to just jump back in and just redo it again. So that's Unity 3D and C#. So if you notice, guys, I didn't mention things like PHP, MySQL. So you might meet some people who tell you, oh, go learn PHP. Please don't waste your time learning PHP. Please, I'll beg you. It is good to know, but it's not in hot demand like that. Rather, learn a JavaScript framework. So for the JavaScript frameworks, I will encourage you to learn, after you learn JavaScript, you've taken the JavaScript course that I told you, learn React.js. React is very, if you're going on the web developer part, the complete React guide, let's look for, these guys are good. I think almost all the React courses I've seen so far are good. You also want to learn, if you learn React, you must learn Node.js also. Usually Node.js is what we use to build the server-side components. For our Node.js training, this guy is good. His name is Maximilian. Maximilian Schwarzmiller. He's so good. I've taken a bunch of courses. He teaches you everything from GraphQL, MVC, all of that. But I will go for a beginner. I will go with this guy here. Now, let me just paste this guy. So Node.js. Now there's a guy who teaches you Node very well. And his name is, and that guy is the best guy in C#. Sorry, hang on. Node.js, what's his name again? Sorry, let me go on YouTube. He's also on YouTube. So if you don't want to spend money, I want to show you how to do it on the free side. That's on the paid side. It will cost you 13 to 20 Canadian dollars. Depends on the promo. You just watch out for their promos. I'll also show you guys how to get the coupon to buy courses using coupons. So you have, let me see, learn Node.js. I'll show you this guy. This guy is, this guy is so good. He's an Iranian guy. He lives in Australia. Programming with Mosh. Yeah. So let's see. Code with Mosh. Sorry. Where the hell is that? My Udemy. Okay. Yeah. It's code with Mosh. Let's see. Where is this guy? Oh, let me find his code. I think in his stuff he teaches everything very well.
Interfaces. These are the services that power our client applications, like a web app running inside of a web browser, or a mobile app running on a mobile device.
Right now, but these
client apps are simply what the user sees and interacts with. They're just the surface.
So good. His Python course is so good. So these are his courses. I'll put his stuff right there. So he teaches Python very well. He teaches Java, HTML, and CSS. In fact, if you can afford this, if you just subscribe to this guy will teach you almost everything. Django, complete Docker, Kubernetes, design patterns, data structures and algorithms, Node.js. So this is somebody I would recommend. Angular, he teaches like C#, and he's very, very, very good. As in, I'll tell you, like, you will not get anything else, any other one better than this guy. He teaches everything he knows it very well. It's not just teaching for teaching sake. So I'll just put it there, C#, Node.js, Python. You try this guy, codewithmosh.com. All right, guys. So at this point, I think I will stop here. there will be more information coming. We'll just get in touch with guys at BlackTECH. We'll provide information, and we'll do the coupon. Yes. So to buy courses on Udemy, just go on Google and say Udemy coupons. So you go in here. I think there's this. You can go on Rakuten, but where I usually get my coupon is couponcalls.com, and I just find a coupon code right here. You copy this code, you come to Udemy, you pick a particular course. I'm getting these courses for cheap, so the coupon might not work, but if you want to do it, you pick a particular course, and then if you go to buy now, you come and it's picking my country as Mexico. Let me see. Apply coupon, okay. Sorry, you put the coupon there, you apply. This coupon enter is not valid for this course. So you can see that this is a thing. So my account is showing Naira because this Udemy account, I started buying these courses and learning when I was still in Nigeria before I came to Canada. That's when I started learning some of this stuff. So I'm being charged in Naira for it. But the coupon website, you can Google up, there are lots of them, and you can just get the coupon. So you can get the courses for cheap. Udemy coupon. Some of these courses can cost as little as $10, sometimes 13 Canadian dollars. And all that. So, and if you watch out for promos, Valentine promo, they're always doing promotions on this thing. So you can always get your learning from there. And yeah, so there are always people who are teaching, and Udemy has democratized information. In fact, they have totally upended the university learning model. I think you would have gone to collect a $50,000 student loan to go and spend 4 years in school. Then you come out and then you can't find job. Just come here on Udemy, learn your thing, find a small placement. Like you can reach out to us if you need placements, like for internships. You need to become an intern for 3 months, hone your skills, have it in your resume, and boom, yeah, and that's how you're on your way to your new career. So I think at this point I'll stop here and we can go into the question and answer section. Over to you, Sita.
Wow. Incredible. Oh boy, the information not be here. Not be here. I'm telling you, look at the chat box. Look at the information. And this is what we are talking about, guys. I love what you did, Neji, because you started off by saying something that struck me very hard. When you talked about the fact that, the Black professionals, and, you also, specifically you mentioned a particular, people as well, where, somebody knows stuff, but he doesn't want to share. It's one of the challenges really that we have seen in the past. But I want to believe that, those kind of challenges are also phasing out. I think they are actually phasing out gradually, because many people were saying to me, like many years, like I remember a guy talking about he came to Canada, no community, he has to just figure out things by himself. He doesn't know whether to go left, right, or center, confusion and stuff. But these days, thanks for communities like NIPCA, Nigerian IT professionals in Canada, right? Thanks for communities like BlackTECH, and so many other communities out there as well, trying as much as possible to build and galvanize and bring Black professionals together to share information, to network, to learn, and to grow and advance together, So I think things are changing, but I will completely and 100% agree with you. If there's anyone listening to us at this time and you are still within that old school mentality, where you know stuff and you are hiding it under your table. This is no longer the time for that, guys. Look at what he has done. Most of what he has learned, look at what he has simply done by demystifying things, trying as much as possible to tell you that, hey, this is not rocket science. Then he went ahead to share resources with you. All the stuff he's learning. And again, trust me, Neji, you're able to do this because of the fact that you've got passion for what you do. And again, you have also got a great foundation, right? You've got a great foundation when it comes to logic, when it comes to, tech and all those things. But I want to tell you as well that not everybody listening to us have got those great foundations. And that is why for some individual listening to us, going straight to Udemy, you might be lost entirely. That is something I've seen people, some people have gone to Udemy, they pick course, and, you're talking about things like Docker, you're talking about Kubernetes, and they're lost. They don't even know what that means. That is where sometimes you need like mentorship. That is where community comes in now. That is where somebody that understands your journey is able to speak to you in a way that you will understand. For example, we like the AWS, we did the AWS incubation the last time that Vero took, and it was also part of that as well. And guess what? Today, we started another AWS program. Okay, being anchored by Victor, one of a cloud engineer working with CIBC. Fantastic session today. They started by 3 p.m. today. I was there for a couple of minutes before I dashed out to some other things. Excellent. Now, one of the things, like when the guy was talking at some point, he talked about DR, he was just talking, and the student was like, please, what is DR? Disaster recovery. Now, at that point, we have to now get Victor to understand that, hey, Victor has got over 20 years experience in tech. He was once head of IT, information technology manager in one of the banks in Nigeria. So he's been there. And today, he's doing his thing in cloud computing and all that. But now what he has done is now to come down to the very basic level to get folks to understand what is cloud. Cloud, you're simply renting. You want to rent a space. That is what cloud is. So cloud is not like, like up there. No. So breaking things down in such a way that people are able to understand, bringing it down to the level of the participants. So even when you have...
Please, I missed one thing. Sorry, please. As you mentioned cloud, there's a very basic course on cloud appreciation.
Yes.
Let me just add that on the chat.
Please do.
On cloud application.
Please do. So, so he was able to break that out. And many of the participants were really, in fact, there was one that said she has bought a couple of courses in Udemy, self-study, but at some point, she's not able to continue. She's not able to cope. That is also some of the challenges as well. There are people that on their own, they can buy courses, run with it, and they're able to make sense of it and succeed. While there are many that will do well when they study with others in a team, in a group, in a community. And that is what BlackTECH offers. That extra layer where you're able to now have somebody that will be able to guide you, mentor you. You are having a challenge. Like, for example, the Udemy, you bought the course, fantastic. What about if you have a question? You can't ask those guys questions. I'm not sure if you ask them questions, they will respond. They might, but again, it might take time for them to respond. But when you have a community like BlackTECH, instantly you are getting the responses you need from the mentors, from the faculty, and that fast track your learning process. So in addition to the Udemy that you have shared, depend on you. You have to be able to figure out what kind of person you are. Are you the kind of person that you're able to pick up a course and run with it, and at the end of the day, you make sense of it and you're able to hit the ground running? Or are you the kind of person that you need that extra level of support? People you can work with, network with, people that can even encourage you. Some people need it, whereby assignment is given, you deliver the assignment and the person says, wow, thumbs up. For some people, that is what they need to keep going, that level of encouragement, right?
To add to what you're saying, please guys, just note that a lot of these courses we are putting out there are not exhaustive. It's important also that you join a program, a community, or an incubator where you can get guidance. So that you're not just doing it on your own. The information we are posting here, it'll help you and all that, but it will be better off if you join the program, one of the programs that we're running at BlackTECH. So I encourage everybody, please, keep your ears on the ground, listen out for any of these programs and join them. It will greatly help you. Over to you, Esther.
Yeah, thank you, Neji. Yeah, so great. So at the end of the day, guys, it's about where are the resources? That is what Neji have done today. He showed you, YouTube is one of the places you can get tons of resources for free. You're not paying anything. What you need is just your time to learn so many things on YouTube. But the question is that, are you ready? And if you are ready, do you have the necessary guidance? And that's why a program like TRiTECH is here. Like Neji have demystified things for you today. Although there are so many things in software engineering, AI, machine learning, block, there are so many things that you really talked about. There's one slide that got so many things, so many. That slide alone, that's one slide in your presentation. That slide probably, in fact, 5 hours will not even do justice talking about that slide. But I know the way you kind of put everything to kind of x-ray so that people can have that mental understanding. You talked about Servicenow, you talked about Salesforce, you talked about SAP, you talk about SAP ABAP, you talk about, Fruta, you talk about so many. And these are hot in demand areas. We need more Black people in those spaces. And that is really at the center of what we are trying to accomplish. Let's get more of us, more natives. We need more natives in the Black ecosystem, the Black space, where we talk about software engineering, AI, machine learning, metaverse, right? We need more of our people in those spaces, guys. So please, if you think this is an area that you want to, you think, hey, you've got passion for software engineering, blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, web development, just name it. You think you've got passion for it, then go for it. Go for it. You don't have to wait. The resources, you can see tons of resources. And one of the program members in TRiTECH is going to be saving up these links as well. And that can also be sent off to everyone later on. $10, $15, you can just, have them by the side. Again, one thing about knowledge is this: you might not be able to get everything you need in one source. You learn from this, you learn from this, you learn from. At the end of the day, you're a well-rounded individual because you have learned from multiple sources, especially the right sources. That makes you a whole person. You are well-informed and you've got confidence. That confidence is what will help you even in interviews. And again, I don't know how else to thank you, man. You've really done a great job tonight by demystifying things for us. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Guys, can we appreciate it? Before Kemi takes it away for the Q&A, let's appreciate this young man. He's enjoying himself in Mexico, but still, he's still create time. He still have to create time to chat with us today. And let's appreciate him on the chat box, guys. I'm not seeing any appreciation here. What's going on? Thumbs up, Ned. Okay, just one person. Okay, more appreciation, guys. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, bro. Okay. All right. More appreciation. I want to see more of that. More of that. More of that. More of that. Let's appreciate him. He has been able to, pour himself out, trying to, as much as possible, to encourage us tonight with resources, with information, and with also his own story about how he started and what he thinks you can do as well, if you want to go along those paths. Let's appreciate he has done a great job tonight. Great, great. Kemi, I'm handing this back over to you because I know there's going to be tons of questions. Many coconut heads have been activated tonight. And Kemi, you want to do justice to those questions. Take it over.
Thank you so much, Osita. And thank you, Neji, for a wonderful presentation. Yeah, I'm sure we have so many questions to ask. So please, if you want to ask questions, kindly, you can use the icon to raise your hands up and you'll be unmuted to ask your question. So I see Ajibola's hands are raised. Ajibola, kindly share your video, and Osita, kindly help with unmuting Ajibola.
Yeah, no, it's good. Unmute yourself and go for it, Ajibola.
All right.
If you can enable your camera, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Let's connect. Let's see that handsome face, man.
No. The thing is, I'm using some device, so I'm not sure to be able to.
Go ahead with
all right. Question. Sorry about that. Okay. So thank you so much, Neji. So I have some questions. So you said something about metaverse. What's the difference between metaverse and augmented reality?
Okay, Jibola, to answer your question, augmented reality is part of the metaverse. In summary, let me just start like that. And the metaverse is a concept about having a digital equivalent of the physical world. So for example, you, Ajibola, can have a digital version of yourself, and that version can be represented as an avatar. Now, through augmented reality, virtual reality are just the channels through which you can access the metaverse. So augmented reality is you wear like glasses, AR glasses on your phone. You can see the same physical space, but you're seeing those digital objects exactly where they are. So it's a combination of the physical and the digital. That's what they call it, augmented reality. Virtual reality is a virtual world currently where you go in there, it's a whole different world. It's purely digital. Sorry, I hope my answer, in my own little way, I'm able to answer that. But augmented reality is an aspect of the metaverse.
Okay. All right. So the metaverse at the end of the day will be something like those things we see in science fiction movies where you see individuals just appear and then you're able to talk to that individual, and the next thing, the individual just goes off, like, when, a TV goes off, right? 100%. So, okay, great. And then, so with the metaverse now, you can do things that you would ordinarily have to leave your house to go do, maybe in the bank, probably some, not like grocery stores, because you still have to go and get some physical stuff. All right, so next question. So you said something about data science. So for data science, do I need to start from maybe data analysis, mastering tools like Tableau, Excel, Power BI, and all of those before graduating to data science? Or can I just start off without knowing anything about data and just saying, look, I'm going to data science?
You can actually do both. Why I say you can do both is that you can do that side by side. Now, the tools used in data science, like you mentioned, Tableau, Power BI, and the rest of them, they are actually very important for you in the workplace, because that's what your employer would assume you already know. But data science on its own, you must understand the fundamentals of data analysis. So you must learn data analysis either in a formal setting like your school, or a PhD program, or a master's program, or a BSc program, or you must learn it through one of these other channels, like I've shown you, like Udemy, YouTube, or Coursera. So when you've learned the fundamentals, for example, understood one, you have to understand what linear regression is. You have to understand things like logistic regression. You have to understand machine learning models. You have to even understand the mathematical approach, because when you're at the workplace, they throw data at you and tell you, okay, analyze this data and try and predict outcomes. You have to know what to use. If you don't understand the basic mathematics of it, you will be lost. I give an example. I had a client who wanted to predict how much oil and gas, which wells they should drill in. So that was my first data science project. And I had not known nothing about, I had not really had much of data science background. So on that project, I had to go back to first principles, understand what linear regression, equation of the straight line, and know the real, this is like the real ethical stuff, you understand? So you have, that's why data science, I say for data science, there's a certain path you have to follow. You've got to understand it from the fundamentals all the way up to building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is data science more of software programming than mathematical modeling, or is it the other way around?
It's a mix and match of both. You must know software programming in Python. You must know Python, which is the main language, or R. And then you must know your mathematical modeling also.
Okay. All right. So, and I understand that for data science, sometimes, because you said something that about degrees not being necessary for data science and all, but I understand that for programming, software programming generally, but I understand that for data science, well, it's not compulsory, but if you have it, it's going to be an added advantage for data science, because in fact, from what I heard, I think even if you can have like a PhD, yes, because I understand that. So for data science, for example, some organizations, okay, let's talk about football. That's what they are using in football now, data science. You understand? To predict, in fact, they use it up to the point of knowing whether, if you buy this player, he's going to do well or not. Do you understand? So, and I understand that some of those people that they employ are actually PhDs. So I understand that for programming generally, you don't need a PhD, but I'm singling out data science. Do you really need to have like a degree, whether a master's degree in data science, or, that's just, yeah.
Well, for data science, you don't necessarily need a degree, but in order to get into the workforce, the standard is that at least you must have done a master's program in a related field. So most times employers will not look at you as a data scientist. They will not hire you in data science if you do not have the formal training. That's meaning you went to a course, took a university program on data science or on machine learning and all that. For myself, I enrolled in a data science program, but I was too busy, so I had to pause it because it was, so I now focused on data engineering. So data engineering, they won't request you to, oh, where's your PhD? Where's your master's on that? And they even pay you more than a data scientist because you're actually more valuable to them. So I don't know if you understand if I'm making the point there. So yes, you need some sort of formal training or educational background for you to actually be able to code the data scientist part. But for a data engineer, you do not need that also.
Okay. So for data science, it's safe to say, oh, if it's possible to have a master's degree, fine.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Neji. I don't see any other hands raised up. Don't we have questions? Kindly signify by raising up your hands if you have questions. Well, I have a question, Neji. And my question is, I noticed that JavaScript came up a lot, in many of the areas that you sort of recommended. And I also noticed that Python came up a little bit. So in your opinion, if someone wants to learn either of the two, which should be a priority? And how long do you estimate, that one can use to learn this and have some level of competence?
Okay, Kevin, for what you said, I will say, I cannot say which we should. I think I'll tell you learn both. Because for JavaScript in 3 months, so I put the JavaScript course by Angela Yu. She will take you from scratch. And in 3 months, you will be coding away and laughing, for real. Like it is, JavaScript is, and then of course there are programs you can attend and courses and all that here. But JavaScript is extremely important. And then Python is extremely important too. So you must know both. But I'll tell you to start with JavaScript first because Python is easier. If you start with Python, you get into JavaScript, you might be discouraged. But if you start with JavaScript, you'll find Python. The concepts are basically the same. They are all called C-style languages because they are all based off C++ and C. So they are all like similar. You can literally learn them. But Python is a bit easier because it's more English-like. Nevertheless, please learn both.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Great questions. So guys, let's your hands up. Let's see if we can wrap up by 8 o'clock. I think maybe we have more 15 minutes. We should wrap up. Do we have more questions? I'm seeing Chukwebuka. Kemi, is that the case?
Yes, Chukwebuka and yeah. So we have 2 hands raised up now. Kindly unmute yourself, Chukwebuka. And if you can share your camera, that would be awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful. Please, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go for it.
All right. Okay. So, Lady, thank you so much. The entire TRiTECH community, thank you so much. This is quite expository. My question is, I actually got in touch with someone who is very much in the developer space, and the person recommended Julia to me. That Julia is the next thing when it comes to softwares. So I would like Neji to actually respond to that. Is it necessary to actually spend my time trying to learn Julia?
Okay, that's a good question. Julia is a good language, it's gaining traction, but it's not yet there in the mainstream like that. It's not like that. So if you're a beginner, I wouldn't advise you to go and learn Julia. I'll let you learn Python first and JavaScript, and so it's like, for example, there's a language called Rust. Rust is a very, very hot language. It's actually replacing C++, but it's used in specialized areas. For areas like infrastructure, driver programming, you're writing Arduino, building robots, go and learn that one. Julia is part of data science. It's a popular language in the data science world, but I will tell you, please go and learn Python because most of all the libraries that are used today in data science work are built on Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, PySpark, all of that. So there's no, I would advise you, please just don't Don't start with Julia. But learn it along the line. It's added knowledge. It's good to know it also along the line, but don't start with Julia.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Any other hands are raised?
Yes, go for it, Eniola.
Yeah, thank you, Neji. I appreciate you. And good, there's a good presentation in there. My number one question is this: like you said on Udemy, so if you do any of this course, you know, and that means you write the certification and they give you a certificate. You can put that on your CV, right? That you've gotten that certification, right?
Yes. No, Udemy doesn't give you exams unless some courses actually have Q&A. As you're learning, you're answering the questions. But Udemy gives you, at the end of the day, you get a certificate of training. So you put that on your resume. Employers actually recognize that a lot of information that you learn in Udemy is very valid. In fact, there's a job I have to do on Monday, and it's on something used called Apache Airflow. It's an automation system that uses Python. I've used it 5 years ago, but I can't remember it again. So I have to go buy the course on Udemy and learn the thing again from scratch. And why I said Udemy is because the material is very relevant to industry. So if you do a Udemy course and go for an interview, you'll smash it. I've not, as in seriously. So that's why I'm pointing you guys in that direction, that you will learn. Udemy will really help you alongside the trainings you're going to be getting in BlackTECH, because we will be bringing up programs and we'll be showing you guys which pathways to focus on our programs here at BlackTECH. So yes, you can use the certificate. You put it on your LinkedIn profile. Employers look at it and they're more confident that yes, you've done the training for it.
Oh, awesome. Okay, good. Thank you. And my second question is, as a beginner, you know, I already said for somebody like us, we're not in IT. We didn't start from IT. We don't know anything about IT. Right from the one, I'm an accountant. You know, I didn't know, but I know just basic computer knowledge. What will you advise to start with? If you want to add it with what we're learning, like we're trying to learn data analysis and being a Scrum Master, what can we, from your own area, what can you advise for us to do?
I would advise you to do data analysis for accounting, finance. Hang on. There's a course here I'm putting out here, data analysis for business and finance. So you will learn data analysis, which of course you will still need Python. You will still need Python for it. So I will advise you to learn data analysis in your field. And since you have a financial background, like an accounting background, you can, it will be very easy. It will be easier for you than somebody who doesn't have that background to understand those accounting terminologies. But the language you will learn first before you can jump on anything is actually Python. So Python is your go-to language. It is your statistical, everything you need. Please learn Python. That's just what I would just say.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Neji. We appreciate you. My wife wasn't interested in it.
So scared.
when she heard about your voice and she had to come on board, say, what is this man talking about? I said, so you're
It interests me. I was watching a movie, then I was hearing in the background, and I jumped off from the movie and said, no, this movie is interesting. Let me join.
So thank you so much, Neji.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, that is great. That is great. So we have one more, right, Kemi?
Yes, we have one more question from Lilia. Lilia, kindly unmute yourself and share your camera. Go ahead with your question.
Oh, hi, good evening. Thank you so much for the session. I just have a quick question for the big data engineer. It seems like there are about 10, 11 languages one has to learn. Are you saying that we have to learn everything before we can start applying for jobs?
No, they are not 10, 11 languages. In fact, for big data engineering is one of the, okay, they are not 10, but they are like 5 core, there are like 5 core, will I say modules or technologies you need to know. The first is Python.
Okay.
That's the first one. You need to know Python first. And the next, you need to know Hadoop, the Hadoop ecosystem. The Hadoop ecosystem underlies all that we do. So first of all, let me explain what big data is. A lot of people hear big data, big data, big data. You know, since the last 10 to 15 years, we have been producing more data. In fact, every 2 years, it's been said that the amount of data that we're producing is actually growing at a geometric progression. It's like doubling it's growing, seriously. So, and companies need to make sense of the data. They need to understand what the data is telling them because they need to make decisions quickly. For example, if you know where your customers are coming from, people you're selling shoes, for example, and you realize that the shoes, you're selling more shoes at maybe if you're in Toronto, or you'll find selling more shoes in a certain part of Toronto, you want to understand why there are more purchases there. Maybe you find that there's a bad road there, and the bad road is leading people to need tougher shoes, and those kind of shoes are required to walk that road. So you will not, as a salesperson, you will not know why. But when you use big data analytics, it shows you exactly where that is coming from. And you're talking about tons and tons and tons of bytes, petabytes of data. If you know regular SQL, the first thing for a big data person, first thing you must learn SQL. Next, you learn Python. Next, you learn Hadoop. When you learn Hadoop, you now have learned something called PySpark. PySpark is part of the Hadoop ecosystem. And then you will learn the cloud. You must learn AWS. You must learn Azure. You must learn GCP. That's even if it's one of those cloud platforms, you know, the skills are all transferable across all three. So once you know that, and you will be in a very comfortable position, but you start with SQL, you start with Python, and then you start with Hadoop from there, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah. So I think maybe we'll run a session on introduction to big data engineering here at BlackTECH, and we'll have guys come around and probably take it so that we can explain that in detail, because that's a very hot area. And unlike data science, data engineering doesn't require you to have a degree, a master's degree or a PhD. That's the good thing about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Neji. On this note, we don't have any other questions. So, Osita.
Yeah, great. For sure, Neji. Big data, for sure. We're going to work on something like that, you know, for sure, for members of the community. I know that there are many individuals that really want to pivot into these areas. Sometimes it's about direction, it's about guidance, it's about how do I go about it? And this is really what community is all about. This is really what BlackTECH is for. You know, bringing information, democratizing information, helping the Black community to make sense of you know, tech space and which of the areas in tech space to pivot. That's why we've launched so many amazing programs, from business analysis to data analysis to cloud computing, so many programs going on, and individuals are learning. And of course, just like Neji mentioned, Youth Udemy is there as well. You can pick up in it, you know, $10, $13 course as well. Join it as well to whatever you are learning. Everything is about make sure you are moving forward, make sure you are succeeding, make sure you are activating the required coconut head to actualize your dreams. Guys, there is no time for procrastination anymore. There's no time, right? 2022 is our year. We all agreed at the beginning of this program that this year is the year that we're going to crush our dreams. Whatever dream you've gotten, you got to crush it this year. Even talking about in terms of where you are trying to pivot into tech, you got to make it happen this year. Talking about salary, you are earning 40K, you got to move to 100K. You are 100K, please aspire for 150. 150, go for 200, 250. 250, go for 350. 350, let's aim for 500, and so on and so forth. Let's stop limiting ourselves, guys. We are much more. We are capable. We are powerful. We are incredible. Just name it. Please, I want to see that on the chat box again. Just put some positive affirmation before we wrap this up. Can you say to yourself, just tell yourself something, right? Whatever you want to tell yourself, just tell yourself this time around. I'm not going to tell you what you got to tell yourself, but I want you to just affirm something positively on the chat box. Tell yourself something, because sometimes we can be overwhelmed with so many things. Look at where we are coming from since January the 12th. Look at it. How many domains? 14 different domains in tech. These are all domains that can easily give you 100K plus. All that is what we did. We didn't just start and wake up and started TRiTECH. There was survey. Based on the feedback from the community, we were able to put all this together for you so that you can make the informed decision. Okay? And what am I saying on the chat box? It's possible. I am powerful. I love that. I can. Coconut Head Square. Which one is Coconut Head Square again now? Okay, tech professional, I love that. I can do it and I must do it. That is the way to go, guys. I will be successful in the tech. That is it, for sure. And determine I achieve it. It is. Those positive affirmations are great. Keep saying it to yourself and please put in the work. Once you put in the work with this positive affirmation, you will see how your career will skyrocket. You will get to that point that you want to accomplish. Don't give up and never quit, guys. Okay, I really want to use this opportunity once again to appreciate each and every one of us. You know, when you cook a big pot of jollof rice, you need people to come and consume from the pot. If you don't get people to consume, the food goes to waste. And that is why we are really, you know, excited and also happy with you guys that you're able to come join us in this party from January the 12th all the way to February the 12th. 5 solid weeks. Okay, using this specially to appreciate our program manager, Dr. Oye. You know, she has been incredible. Incredible. You know, she made the whole thing look so easy in terms of planning, in terms of coordination. You know, excellent job she has done so far. Dr. Oye, we appreciate you. Thank you so very much. If you can enable your camera, that would be great. You know, I know you were previously in the program, but you've joined this again. Just say hi to, you know, unmute and just say hi, or just a parting comment. Say a parting comment. You know, it's something that we want to hear from you. You have been incredible. A parting comment, please. Okay, 1 second. You need to be unmuted, right? Go for it, please. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. We can.
Oh, okay. I said thank you so much, Osita. Thank you, everyone that has participated from the first day. I know some faces here already. I don't want to start calling names. They've been here every Wednesday, every Saturday. Their hunger for knowledge is so easy to relate with. And I'm sure that the objective that we set out to achieve with this program has been achieved. People are beginning to see clarity and exposure to areas. No more, I want to transition into tech. What do you want to do? Business analysis. That's what comes to everybody. I keep saying it. Whoever the person in charge of PR for CBAP certification, it should be promoted every 3 months. The person is doing a great job. It's on everybody's lips. But now we know that there are so many other domains. We've x-rayed about 14 of them. And we are hoping that we run with this information. It's not enough to be informed. Without you working with it, it's just entertainment. And that's not what we want. So if it is education that is the next thing, if it is BlackTECH or course that is the next thing for you, get it started already. This is February. Before we close our eyes and open it, is December already. So we have about 10 months to achieve a lot of great things. There'll be TRiTECH 2.0, and we are hoping to see 1 or 2 persons say, I was part of TRiTECH 1.0. This was what I did with the information, and this is how it has accelerated my career. So we wish everyone well, and yeah, hope to see you in our community as full members of our community. First at NIPCA, and then at BlackTECH. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, Osita, I have to run now. I'll thank you guys for attending the program.
Yes, Neji, feel free to exit now. You've done awesome. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much for your time. Really appreciate you as well for everything you are doing for the Black community. BlackTECH, of course, you are every part of us. Let's keep building and let's keep inspiring. Thank you, man. And make sure you come back with some goodies from Mexico.
No problem.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
All right, yes. Yeah, yeah, bye. Yeah. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, Dr. Oye. Thanks for those wonderful words and thanks for the great work as well. Please, can we share the NIPCA joining link? Let's share it on the chat, please. For those that are not members of our community yet, you are not a member of Nigerian IT professionals in Canada, this is a great opportunity, okay? Click on the link that is just being shared right now and join the community so that you'll fully be part of it and be, in terms of everything we do, all the programs, straight away, you'll be among the first to know. And in addition to mentorship and so many other resources that we share in the community, inspiring and encouraging one another. NIPCA is there, BlackTECH is there. Please feel free, click on the link on the chat right now and complete that form so that you fully join the Telegram channel and the Slack channel of our community as well, okay? If you have not done that, please do that right now. And again, let me appreciate also the program team working closely with Dr. Oye. Isedwa, are you here? If you are here, are you able to enable your camera and say hi to the audience? Let's appreciate you. You've been doing a great job from the background, doing a great job. Unmute yourself and, just 1 second. Yeah, I said, go for it, please.
Hi, everyone. It's been a good journey so far from January. It was nice having everyone around, and I'm sure all we've learned will make the transition to IT, and I know this year we'll make it. I also learned too from behind, so we'll see you on the other side in IT, crushing it.
Excellent, great, amazing. Thank you so much. You've been doing excellently well. We appreciate you. Thank you. And the next is Oluchi. Oluchi, are you there? Go for it. Unmute yourself. Here. Yes, please. Say hi to you.
Hi, everyone. A special hi to Princess. You don't want me to rest, have you? Thank you all for joining BlackTECH. Thank you for being with us from the beginning till now. I will just resound what Dr. Oye has said. It's not about getting the information, but using it. So I will encourage everyone to try and use this information so that by the next session, we will have multiple testimonies of how this program helped you to, build your career.
Excellent, Oluchi. Thank you. Incredible work you've been doing as well. Thank you. We appreciate you. Princess, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, that's the Princess.
Yes. We need to hear Princess talk. Let's Princess unmute herself. She has been consistent, in this program from the beginning as well. Princess, can you unmute yourself? We want to hear you. Say hi to everyone.
Hello? Yes. I don't know why the video is not showing.
But we can see you. We can see you.
Oh, sorry, but I can't even see myself.
Oh, but we can see you.
Okay, whatever. If you can see me.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you to all the facilitators that have been handling the different aspects and domains of IT. Thank you, Osita. You've been really, really inspiring. Thank you, BlackTECH Hub community and the whole team. Thank you, Lulu. You've been posting links without showing your face. That's why I'm always attacking you. And thank you, everyone that joined the program. Everyone made the program interesting. Seeing people participating in it actually shows that you have people thinking along the same line with you, and it encourages you to do more. So thank you, everyone. It's been really incredible. And my coconut has been activated.
Oh, lovely. I love that. I want to hear that. Thank you. Yes. All right. Thank you, Princess. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate you for the consistency. Your drive for knowledge is highly commendable.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Dolabo, is Dolabo here? Dolabo, I thought I saw her some minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, okay, she's on mute. Okay, all right, so guys, I think we're gonna be wrapping it up here. Thank you so very much, everyone. The program team, I've appreciated everyone. You guys have been awesome. The best thing ever. The best thing ever. You guys have made this work, very, very easy. Just like ABC, Else, I don't know how we would have been able to cope, but you guys really made things very, very, seamless. Thanks as well, Remy, our technology manager. He made sure that all the sessions are uploaded on YouTube within 24 hours. That guy is something else. I'm not sure if he's here, Remy. If you are here, just say hi to the audience. But if he's not here, he said, well, can you drop the YouTube link just drop that one specifically now. Please, guys, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. We want to get that channel to be buzzing, and share with your family and friends. Remember what Neji said, it's not about getting information and holding it. Share that link to everyone you know in your network. Share. You are in different WhatsApp groups, take that link now and share everywhere. And tell every individual to subscribe to the channel so that whenever we upload any of this content, they will be able to see those content, including all the content for TRiTECH. In fact, going forward, anybody that is asking you, I want to do this, but I don't even know which of the area to, carry that YouTube channel and share with the person. Let the person go ahead and digest it. By the time the person gets through, he or she will make informed decision on really what he or she wants to do. Please, let's share that link widely and subscribe to it, okay? Fantastic, great job, great job. Then let me also appreciate finally our moderator and head of career acceleration. Kemi, we can't see your face anymore. What is going on? Okay, nice, great. Yeah, so thank you so very much, Kemi. Excellently well. You know, you've been amazing. Thank you so very much for your contribution to the Black community, BlackTECH, and everything. You know, you've been awesome. Thank you. Please, parting words. Let's hear some parting words from you.
Thank you so much, Osita, and thank you everyone that has participated in this right from day one. Now we are waiting for the testimonies, right? We have everything that we need. Let's not just talk them aside, you know, pick that information, use it such that, you know, you look back and you have a better version of yourself and you find yourself in a place, you know, of satisfaction. We don't want to have a life of regrets, right? But information makes the difference. You know, we have so much information. BlackTECH has so many resources for you. You get mentoring, you know, whatever you need. Sometimes you cannot take this journey alone. You need someone to hold your hands. For you guys, you know, for you people to tell yourself that, okay, we need to do this. We need to do this. We can do this. So let's leverage, you know, all the resources within BlackTECH, and let's take our career journey to the next level. And let's begin to hear those testimonies coming. You know, we're looking forward to hearing all those good news. You know, thank you everyone, and thank you, for this opportunity. Thank you for the platform, BlackTECH. And I believe that we're going places together. We are going to make the world a better place. You know, and yeah. So thank you very much.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you so very much, Kemi. We really appreciate you. Thanks for everything you do. You've been awesome. You've been awesome from day one. We really appreciate you so very much. Really appreciate you. All right, guys. So let's draw the curtain here.